We know there's no sound yet. Stand by for sound. We don't want you to hear our private conversations, and I have to play Gene first.
This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Live from Peach Time Out in the heart of Times Square. You're listening to Beach Talk Radio with Kim and Ed Ryan.
And a good morning, everybody, and welcome to the base of the bridge for Beach Talk Radio, a Saturday morning edition, our usual time. We want to say hello to everybody watching all across the country: Alabama, Wisconsin, Port Richey, Florida. Where else? We got sound now. You better have sound now. Michigan. We saw some folks from New York. We have the Florida Highway Patrol and the Lee County Sheriff's Department behind us. And in front of you right now, you know my sidekick? Kim Ryan.
I'm going to sidekick you.
Dansville, Indiana, Clinton, Iowa, Maple Grove, Minnesota, Naples, Florida, Warsaw, Indiana. And Nancy Bouchard is with us.
Good morning.
Along with Christy Hennessy, who's been around the show for a very long time and probably listener number one. Would you say that? Listener number one?
Oh, darn close.
Yeah. And you're not wearing your yellow army shirt, damn it.
Well, I
What's
got
wrong
a
with you?
text from Kim, and she said, hey, we're at the base of the bridge, which I knew you were doing the show from over here. But I thought, well, but I like to listen to the show. And I thought, well, there's no place to sit other than inside the porta potty. So I wasn't going to come over. And then
I got you a chair.
And then
yes.
and Kim said, we have a chair.
These deluxe accommodations.
Yes.
So
And Kim said it's breezy. So I put on what I could grab, which happened to be bright red.
Yes, and
So-
I have my foundation shirt that
Long
actually has
sleever.
sleeves, so we're good.
So check this out. Where to go?
I told you this might be a problem with the
I
sound.
love
Sorry,
it.
folks.
I love it. Patty.
Yeah, because you have headphones on.
Patty Music is from Zanesville, Ohio. Do you know who's from Zanesville, Ohio?
That sounds familiar.
Take a guess. Zanesville, Ohio.
No.
Zane Gray.
You're gonna kick yourself for
I
not
know.
knowing this.
I remember. I don't remember.
Mean Gene
That's right.
is from Zanesville, Ohio. So Nancy Bouchard is here from the Community Foundation, which we love. We've loved Community Foundation for years and years and years. Were you
Well,
going to say something?
Dr. Nancy Bouchard.
Oh, so I'm so sorry,
no,
Dr.
no.
Bouchard.
She doesn't stand on that, but
No.
to just that
She is a doctor.
she is a dentist
A
on
doctor
the
of
beach.
teeth,
And,
yes.
How did you fare?
There's nothing left.
Oh boy.
But you're here and
Well,
you're
let
in
me
good
tell
spirits.
You, actually, in the office, so you know
Yes,
the walls on the
that
bottom
was
are
my
gone.
lead in to this
But in
feel
my
good.
office, I had knickknacks, and then one wall survived.
Huh.
And Gracie Stam's little paintings that she gave me 2-3 years ago are still there. Well, now they're in my place, so they survived. So
Who-
of all things,
Who's
I got
Gracie?
Gracie's.
Who's
Randy and Lara's little girl.
okay?
Well, she's not so little anymore. Hi, Gracie. Anyways,
Where was your? Remind everybody where your
I was.
operation was.
We were across from Santini Plaza,
I see.
right next to the 7-Eleven, which is now hiding behind a huge pile. So
Right.
it's still hiding, but we were there, and I just got back and got to see. I just got back and see everything in person, which is so different than a video.
Oh boy, yeah. We've been saying that from the beginning. You can take pictures and you can take video, and when you're standing around it, it's just. I mean, even standing here, I had a water. There's cases of water everywhere. I had a water, and I'm looking for garbage, and it's like you're trying not to litter, but the whole place is nothing but litter everywhere. So
Trying not
it's
to
just,
litter.
yeah.
You're the
No, and I
best.
think it's hard
It
to
is.
it's hard to communicate the devastation, and and the media, everybody does their best, but until you see it, it just doesn't. It doesn't.
You got to keep
pales
pushing
in
it out there.
comparison.
Got to keep telling people the story and helping people. Now, what is your like? You still have patients though. I mean, so what are you
And
doing?
some of them actually have called to get a cleaning, Ed.
Nice.
I'm waiting for
Nice.
you. No,
I mean,
actually, I start Friday. The dental community has been absolutely unbelievable. And this, I might cry. You're going to
I told you. I know. You asked me not to make you cry, but
I've been blessed, which is kind of a funny thing to say when you look at all this. But the dental community they're collecting donations for me. Dr. Jose Alvarez, right in Bonita, he contacted me within days, and he's like, "Do you need a place to work? I don't work Fridays. Would you like to work Friday?"
Wow.
So this coming Friday,
you start.
And the companies, the dental Benco and Henry Schein, the big companies, like Benco said, "Don't pay for this now. Pay when you can."
Yeah.
And Schein's coming over on Monday to make sure I have everything I need, because I'm looking at it like, what do I need for this procedure? I don't know.
Right.
It's just so overwhelming. So we're starting. I'm just.
That's
so you're going to start back on Fridays for now.
Dr. Alvarez.
At Dr.
And then I
Alvarez's.
have a list of other people who've heard about it and are offering me
So-
space.
Hey, the mobile dentist. It might be a thing.
It might be a thing.
Food
It might
truck.
be me.
Gonna have teeth truck.
We're going to be having food trucks instead of restaurants. So why not?
Why not a teeth truck?
So Dr. Nancy Bouchard, I want to make sure I get that right.
No.
How do people get in touch with you?
We just got our phones yesterday.
Cool. Do you have the number you want to give out?
239. It's the same one. 463.
Teeth.
Teeth. No.
That would be great.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
239. I'm going to go change my phone number. 239 463 5433.
5433.
So we're going, we're going to start. It's a soft count, we're going to start. So
Yeah. So
slowly
one day
but
a week.
surely. Yeah, but I have a feeling it's going to be more
Oh,
pretty
for
quick.
sure.
Because
Yeah.
they're just the county. The dental people have been unbelievable.
I
I
didn't
had a text. This person texted me. He said, "I heard about you. I'm up here in Winter Haven. What do you need?" By the way, I was at Boston University in the 90s. And I went, "You were my student."
Wow.
When I was teaching at Boston
How
University.
cool is that?
He found me. He actually, oh my gosh, 10 boxes of stuff. So
Wow. So,
arrived.
Do you plan to rebuild on the island? I know it might be too soon, but I mean, would you like to, or is that what
Yes.
the plan is?
Ed, I have asked my friends, why aren't you quitting? None of them are.
Yep.
They all said this place, this community, I love it. And
So it'll
I
be,
want to be back.
so you
but
just
it's gonna be a while.
just going through the process like everybody else from start to finish.
Right.
And when we cut the ribbon together, we'll all be there and we'll do our show there and you can clean all our teeth.
I'm excited.
Ed has also talked about having a pedicure.
Yeah, you've got to.
I don't remember doing that.
Yes,
That
it
was
was
a long time
years ago, but
Yeah.
you've got
and
it.
the
Yes.
guys.
Yeah.
You and the guys were all going to get pedicures, and it never
I know.
happened.
That's because I really
Well,
didn't want to
With
anyone
all
to see
this
my feet.
cleanup, there's gonna,
Yeah.
We all
they
need
need
it.
a mobile pedicurist.
I'll make you a deal, doctor. I'm not going to brush my teeth until we cut that
No!
ribbon. All right.
I'm moving out.
So
Yeah, you should.
you are also a very important person with the Community Foundation,
The immediate past president.
right? The immediate past president, and we are presenting you with a check for $20,000
Oh my.
to
Thank
go
you.
toward the 33931 fund. That's from all the money that was donated to our
There you
Venmo and to
You're
our
welcome.
PayPal and Zelle and all the stuff.
We want to get those big checks, but
Yeah,
this
that would be
cash is
cool.
much easier.
The big checks cost
Okay.
money though, and we don't want to spend money unless we can give it to you. So
Somebody will donate that. Somebody will donate.
I'm gonna
that.
put
People
on
have
I
there-
do
been-
want to clarify exactly what this is.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So we are FMB started during COVID when everything shut down and we sold t-shirts and raised $60,000 in 2 weeks and gave out $50 gift cards to the people on the island. Now what we're doing is we are FMB resilient. and we are giving to the residents. There's so many people giving to the to the staff, and I actually paid my staff extra too. But we're giving to the residents, and it's $500 cards, and we've already given out, I gotta make sure I do this right, 200. So that makes it $100,000 was our first thing.
Wow.
And the company, I have it on my phone. Anyways, the company Preferred Cards or Preferred Outlets, I'll have to find it because they stepped up. It was very difficult to get through with the banks and to get through with these companies. Actually, I do want to tell you who it is.
Okay.
But anyways, we got through to them, and we're about to do another $100,000. That's coming out Monday.
So,
wow. So every penny that you're giving us is going to the residents who are struggling.
So I think we're at 90,000 for the fund now, and we're going to make sure it's 150,000 to this fund, the 33931 fund. We're also helping out the employees that lost their jobs.
We've had enough requests for $400,000.
I know. That's why.
So we're giving 200, and we need more. So donations, go to wearefmb.com or go directly to the for FMB Community Foundation.com. That's where the donations are being made. We're working in collaboration with the Women's Club, and the Women's Club are taking is where you can apply for this. Right now, I think we have stopped that because we're trying to get the first 650.
Yes.
But from what I'm hearing, with all the new donations, we're really close to that 400,000.
Right. And what I think what Nancy is saying is, if you go to apply now, you won't be able to apply yet because we don't want people applying and there not being enough money there. So when there's enough money in, the folks that missed out on the first time will be able to go in. There's people that are watching so that, it doesn't repeat for the first group. I'm not saying people are trying to take more money, but what I'm saying is there's people in there that are going through it all and making sure they're in the 33931. They qualify for the money, and it'll be open as soon as there's enough money. I know Jay and Kylie did a concert, and there's money coming in from that.
From Nashville. Even.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just been awesome.
Right. And I wanted
$65,000.
Oh, I didn't know what the total was. That's
Wow.
very nice. That's good to hear.
I didn't either.
Jan O'Brien typed something in that I want to read.
Jan Fleming.
Jan O'Brien Fleming.
It says
Yes.
Jan O'Brien
Hi,
Fleming.
Jan.
wearefmb.com for shirts, tanks, and t-shirts.
I was getting to that, Jan.
Not fast enough, doctor. She says
Jan is on it.
she says they'll also
That was the.
she says they'll also thank you.
Thank you.
Love ya. She said that they'll also be selling it on Tuesday at 3:00 at Skip One.
I don't have to tell you bullet 3 now.
Jan, she's got all that.
Well, but you know what? It's great that Jan has it for people to
Written,
see.
yes.
Yes, yes.
I'm going to put it on the screen.
We
so.
appreciate
That
that.
was fun.
Yeah.
I think that's what Jan means is for those of us who watch from afar.
I
Yeah.
see.
Or
Well,
down the
it's
street.
on the
Yeah.
screen now, too,
It's great.
about
Or
the
not
shirts.
so afar.
No, it's all fine. It's all
So
good.
speaking of shirts, if you ordered one of these shirts, they're over at Buttonwood for now until 10:00. If you want your shirt to be left at Buttonwood, you need to call me or text me because I'm taking the box back to our house because there are people also stopping at our house. So if you bought this shirt and you're close by here and you want to pick up the shirt, you paid for it, you want to pick it up, it's going to be at Buttonwood, and they're open until 3:00 today, and then I'm taking the box back. So you just need to let me know. Not by putting it in the chat box, by texting 239-247-3833.
Just remind people where to send the check to because we're getting that question.
And the check needs to be made out to fmbrebuild.com, not to Beach Talk Radio. The bank won't take the checks from Beach Talk Radio. I've tried to sneak them into the account 3 different ways, but they keep telling me no. So make the checks out to FMB Rebuild. And you can't just randomly send it. There's a process where Marie is taking the order. She's putting a nice bow around the shirt. She's folding them all nice and putting a bow with your name on it. And I'm not getting in the way because she'll run me over with her beastie car if I screw up her process. We're going to order the blue sweatshirts, but let's not get off the subject.
Yeah,
of
wow,
Your
steal the
fund.
thunder.
Okay, so all the bullets have been met. Where have the
Just
thank
repeat
you
them.
so
Yes.
much, Jan Fleming. The t-shirts, the We Are FMB resilient t-shirts are in. So you can go to the foundation and hit a button, and it'll take you right to the site to get the We Are FMB resilient t-shirts, tanks, and she put everything in there. $20, and they will have it at the meeting on Tuesday. The council meeting on
Shrimp
Tuesday.
One.
Okay, that's shrimp one.
Yeah.
Skip.
Sorry, skip one.
You cannot get
But
that
I
right.
want to remind people that the foundation has been selling mugs and just plain We Are FMB, and we're getting requests for the plain We Are FMB, the ones prior to the one
the
that says
hashtag We Are FMB shirts.
and
Yeah.
that's the new one, has the hashtag and then resilient under it. Go to the FMB Community Foundation and go into our shop. So to get the resilient, it's a different shop. We are going to do another printing. Sadly, the first printing of that cookbook, it's all gone.
Oh,
But we're
bummer.
going to do another one. I want people to know those cookbooks, another tier moment, have recipes from the restaurants on the island.
Yeah.
And I was like, we need to get those out because
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you,
Anyways,
Doctor, I
they're
haven't
coming.
cried in 2 weeks. If you make me cry today, I'm going to be angry because I don't want to cry anymore. Enough
my hand's now shaking.
crying.
I
So,
do now.
the
The
cookbooks, look for them on the foundation and the plain. I really want people to know that we're raising money for all sorts of things, and there's more ways to give than just the resilient or just donating. The
do you
cookbooks are
have
coming.
the towels?
We're going to restart.
Those towels are
Yeah,
really,
they were also
really
in
nice.
the basement. So
Oh.
a lot of
And,
stuff got
and
lost,
to
but-
add, it's all volunteer, and it's 100%.
Oh my gosh, Christy.
You know, you go to all
Right.
these other sites. That's why I tell
There's
people.
no administrative fee.
There isn't.
No,
Right,
no,
right.
it's all 100%. And
There's
we
no
know
step.
the people. We know the people
Yeah.
who are distributing
Yep.
and doing the
And a
work.
lot-
Jan O'Brien Fleming.
And a lot of those people have lost.
I broke it.
You know, those volunteers have lost
Thank you.
a lot.
Can I
And
just say
so-
thank you for bringing that up? Because
Yes.
when I've read some of the comments about things that it's not smooth. This has not been easy finding this company to get these cards out, but we're on it. We even got the president of the company prepaid. We got the president on there to get this smooth. I mean, they worked hard to jump through hoops. What's the whatever the word is?
Hoops.
But
Yeah.
all of us, and I don't know how, like Anita's on there every day, and I'm like, you're in so much pain. I was stuck in Massachusetts because I was flying back from Israel, and they wouldn't fly me to Florida. I don't know why.
Right.
And I
right.
got stuck, and then my friend's like, stay there. And then I found like I need to get down here, and it's the right time. But
And I want to add too
Painful.
that most of these amazing volunteers that are always volunteering all the time, and that's why people know people, they have lost
Right.
pretty much everything. I'd say most of them had their homes either decimated or at least their lower living. I mean, just to have everything gone.
Yeah.
And they're volunteering. And I'm over at
Oh,
the
definitely.
Relief Distribution Center most days, and I'm working with people there who are volunteering that were wiped out, and they are also cleaning out their places while they're also
right.
volunteering
Right.
at the distribution center.
And that's a big reason why I will rebuild. It's the people here. It's
Right.
it's amazingly special.
It's a very tight knit community of people from all over the place who didn't maybe grow up together. I mean, some of them grew up here, but a lot of people didn't grow up together, and they've just, you know, built such a sense of community down here that we have come, you know, to know and appreciate, and, you know, proud to be sort of like adoptive in at times. I mean, sometimes he gets kicked out, but then he gets welcomed back in. So
So somebody asked where they can order the cookbooks.
They have not been printed, so
Okay.
it'll probably be another month, maybe 3 to 4 weeks, because we got to get the printing in. And once again, there's a process when you're a volunteer group. But Ed will let you know as
Right.
soon as they're in, because
Okay.
you're the best source to get the info out. And check
Thank
our
you.
website.
Okay, so everybody knows it's the Community Foundation and the Women's Club, and our show are working together to give out the money to the 33931. Those things.
These are the residents. I really want people to know that this is not for the employees. So it's a whole different aspect that is being a resident is so darn important. I know we need to help the employees, but wow.
So go ahead. Go ahead.
Wanted to add one thing. Also, look at your favorite restaurants' Facebook pages because they are raising funds. They have GoFundMe's set up for their employees.
Right.
And oh gosh, who was I talking to at this distribution center? Oh, Nervous Nellies there's been phenomenal for the employees.
Yep.
Just amazing. And that's just the only one that I happened to talk to. But when you get onto their Facebook pages, you can see that most, if not many, are
have well, and if you come down here a lot and you get served like at Pete's, a lot of the people know the servers because they've been coming for so many years. And so if you feel so inclined to support the servers like you did when you were coming down here, that's always an option.
And so the other thing that you can do for the business is if you go to our news page, the beachtalkradionews.com, I think it's the very top story. It lists all the GoFundMe accounts for every single business that had one on the island before the storm hit. So I'm pretty sure we got everyone on there. You can just go there and they're in alphabetical order and you can click on that and you can donate directly to that GoFundMe page for that business. And again, the employees that we're trying to help out with the radio show only, the number one radio show on all of Fort Myers Beach, in case you were wondering at home, is we're trying to gather. I have to tell you the quick gift card story. We have a new account that we opened up just for this fund. And I want to thank Allie at 5-3 Bank because she made it happen like that. And now we can't go out and buy the cards. You go to Target and you try and buy $1,000 worth of cards and it gets rejected for fraud. You call the guy up, he says he lifted the fraud. Then you go to Walmart, it gets rejected. It's just been one of those things where, plus you're sending them in. The ones you send in are great, except for the Amazon cards that you sent in that didn't have a dollar amount on it. That was a whole nother story. Small world problems, believe me. But trying to get the money, like I called Allie joking around with her because she's so nice. I said, Allie, because they wouldn't let me deposit the checks from Beach Talk Radio. I'm like, you're a bank. I'm trying to give you fucking money. I'm trying to give you, I didn't say the F word. No, I did. I did say the F word to her because she could take it. I said, you're a bank. You're supposed to take money. I'm not trying to I'm not robbing the bank. I'm giving you money. Why are you denying this?
And I will say that I went through the channels at Target. I mean, the local Target, you didn't get too far. Very nice. But it was explained to me that not only do the credit card companies have more stringent restrictions for fraud, especially with gift cards, but the stores, their policies, they've ramped up. So sometimes it might not be your card that's throwing a fraud alert.
Listen, every time the 5-3 card was rejected, I pulled out the Amex card and it went right through. And so now it's just that I have to do, okay, I've got to record this transaction, then I got to reimburse myself. And I'm sure somebody at the end of this is going to, either the tax man or my accountant, say, what the hell are you doing? I said, they wouldn't take my card. I wasn't going to let it just go.
You can have but you're gonna break it,
Instead of, I've already broken it once.
What were we gonna say, Christy? Say it.
Now I forgot. I got distracted.
Oh, you're like me.
Money laundering.
Yeah, that's what that's all. But I have totally written down everything. I wrote down. I mean, I've got 4 different documents going, and I made copies of everything, and I've got files going, and I'm good. I'm good to go.
And you've talked about how we got to keep this in the nation's eye. And I just want people to know that the foundation and the Women's Club, we're not going away.
Mm-hmm.
And this We Are FMB Resilient will be around a year from now because the residents and business owners, we're going to need help. So it's not going to be, we're going to do this. So be patient. We're going to only take so many applications at a time, but when we can, just so we can fund it. But we're going to do this all year.
But this community, I mean, you bring up a good point. This community and the neighboring communities that were hit with the level of devastation that you see here are going to need support, not only from local government, but state, federal, the private sector, corporations. This is going to take a village and then some to assist folks to rebuild their personal lives and their business lives. And, you know, you want a community like this saved. It is the, you know, it's the dream of a vacation place, and it's affordable and it's hometown feel. And this is a slice of Americana that you want to be saved. So to that end, at some point, we may be asking our listeners to support that in a variety of ways, not necessarily financial, but with your voice. So
Very nice, dear. You did a lovely job there.
Okay.
It's like a commentary.
Ripping it out of your hand, Nancy.
So, folks, go ahead.
And then also there will be more fundraising events coming up in the future.
I got one in front of me that I'm going to drop on people.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could read your mind.
Yeah.
Ooh,
so, and I know
that's
everyone's got some
I
coming
add a
up.
little twist. If you give to We Are FMB, it's tax deductible.
Yes. That's why everybody,
we are nonprofits.
whenever somebody says I need to, you know, for business purposes, it needs to be a 501(c), which we're not. I direct them to, you know, I go back and forth because both the Community Foundation and the Women's Club are both 501(c)s, and, you know, directly give to them
for the same thing. We're
it's all the same
collaborating,
thing.
which is
Right,
really,
it's all the same
oh my
thing.
gosh. I was in Jerusalem and I got a text. What do you think? Can we work with the Women's Club and get it? I'm like,
Do they
I'm
listen
not-
to us over there in Jerusalem?
no,
have
this
you
was
been?
a text. No, we didn't.
What's it?
Anyways, and that's, we got
We got to
we were
expand our reach
collaborating
somehow.
instantly. So
Yeah.
it's a great village.
So what you guys can donate the checks or the money orders or do it online there, and it's all going to go to the same fund. We're at least 150,000, maybe more. It depends on how much, you know. I always, you know, when the garage is empty, you always worry that, okay, is that really going to be the last delivery of the Amazon boxes? And then that 4 guys show up with it's only been guys lately, so I don't mean any offense
that's
to
not
women.
true.
Oh, that's right. There has been one.
No, I've met more than
all
one.
right.
But
Why do
go
you got to
ahead.
interrupt my spiel? I didn't interrupt you when you were just
Yeah,
doing your
right.
great little speech there. And or I worry that there's not going to be a donation. And then the lady last night who we tried to get on, she'll be on Tuesday, donate $1,700. Or somebody's doing a special project with their kids and they donate $500. And so as long as we can keep the money going, it's going to be great because we're just going to give it right back to everybody in the community.
Hey, I just got a text from Corey Francesco. Oh, I just lost it. She just texted, don't forget our beach school. The
Mhm.
teachers and students are now in San Carlos Park
Yes.
and they need supplies and help.
Yeah.
Thank you, Corey, for another tier moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I can give you 2 kind of updates on that. If you go to the beachtalkradio.news.com website, all the teachers' GoFundMes are in there where it says the teachers need our help. There's a story there. You can donate to each individual teacher for each of those different grade levels. I think they all have Amazon wish lists, not GoFundMes. I think they were looking for supplies. The second thing is the school board member, Chris Patrica, came to the town council meeting the other night, Thursday night, and she updated the folks in the audience what was going on with the school. She guaranteed that there is a plan to rebuild that school. They don't know because, you know, there was always a concern that with only 80 kids, you know, they wouldn't rebuild the school now that it's useless. They're not sure if they're going to knock it down and rebuild it. They're not sure if they can go in and rehab it because it's too soon. But she guaranteed that that school will still be there and that they're going to rebuild that school. So that was good news. And the people in the audience were happy to hear that. And speaking of the town council meeting, just this morning, the town did post the meeting from Thursday night on their YouTube page. So if you're interested to see, there was a lot of good information at the end from the department heads. If you want to go check that out, it is finally on their YouTube page now, 2 days later, which I guess isn't the end of the world. There's still some useful information on there. It's such an evolving story with the water and the sewer and the power on the island that you want to have that as timely as you can. But it's up there now, and you should check it out on the Town of Fort Myers Beach's YouTube page.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming. Is there anything that you wanted to add, or did we miss, or
Oh, I got
any?
every bullet point and
Okay.
more were
Did you bring me any toothbrushes like you did last time?
There's
Well,
a
well, they
thousand million of them
they
over
were,
at
yeah,
Buttonwood.
if you'd like to get some, I
I
know
see.
a little space. They're a little wet, but if that's okay.
I'll wait for the new place to open and get my customized Beach Talk Radio toothbrush.
There we go.
That would sell. I'm telling you, we're selling everything now. Everything. What
Kim
did you
wants
say?
to put a little grill in there, Beach Talk Radio. Yeah.
Get your little girl with his BTR.
Why do you gotta always de-pants me? Why is it always something you're trying to do? Always kind of bring me down. We have 61,000 followers, by the
always
way.
laugh when I'm here.
That's because you're trying to show off your teeth.
Though you have.
And I think I have bad hair day again.
No.
I can't believe you showed up to my show with that hair looking like that. I mean, this is all about the hair, this show. You should have wore a hat on that thing.
Jeez.
I should have. I really should have. Susie, I need you.
Yeah, that's right. You need a hat.
Thank you for coming, Nancy. We appreciate it. Now, don't get
me to
hit
go
by a
get
car or anything. Is Dan around?
I think he's
Oh,
right over there.
good. Yeah. All right. Nancy Bouchard, everybody. Make sure you call. What's the number again? I'm going to write it down.
For my office?
Yeah.
239
Yep.
463
Yep.
5433. We are opening Friday in Bonita, and we're looking at I've got quite a few offers in Fort Myers, so we're gonna.
Nice.
I'll be mobile.
You'll be working it. All right.
Well,
thank
thank
you,
you.
Nancy Bouchard,
Thanks.
and thank you for the Community Foundation update. And we will see you soon. I don't know where or when, but we will see you soon. Now, this is the announcement that I wanted to make about this event coming up. And we're going to be part of it. And we hope you guys, if you're in the area, that you can be part of it. It's for the hurricane victims of Harlem Heights and the beach. It's going to be Saturday, November the 19th. It's called the Mayhem at the Man Caves. You may remember that from previous years. However, this year, the money is going to be donated to, I want to make sure I get it right, the FMB Strong organization, which is part of what they have at 820 Buttonwood. That's a whole 5013C now, too. And it's going to be a live music by Hair Days, and that is located at 10950 Old South Way. You got to buy the tickets, and to buy the tickets, you go on fmbstrong.org. That's fmbstrong.org. Upon the payment, please make a note in the section that you, with the payment that you make, and letting them know how many guests. Tickets are $100. That's right, $100, because it's all going for a great cause. We hope you can come out. I never heard of the band Hair Days, but it sounds great. I'm guessing it's a hairy kind of band, like from the Hair Days band of the 80s. Oh, look, it says it right here. Florida's #1 80s cover band. So, and I'm going to be the MC to that. So we hope you can come out and wear your yellow Army shirts and support the local community. Ladies and gentlemen, this man needs no introduction. Councilman Dan Allers joins us from 820 Buttonwood. Dan, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for providing me a view with the show here. I mean, this is
You
a great
guys
view.
you guys can't see it, but there's two porta potties right on the other side.
Well,
of
and
the
when you say
camera.
right on the other side, I mean they're a good gust of wind from coming right on top of us.
Yeah, I had the camera facing the other way, and I was like, nah, people don't want to see the porta
Probably
johns.
not.
They want to
Well,
see
I
the
think this
people.
is good. People can see the traffic situation too, and see, give an idea that it's gotten better.
So let's start off with the Thursday meeting, Dan. What is your opinion on how it went?
Well, as expected, I guess. I expected people to be very angry, upset, very, very directed to the point. They want answers. They've wanted answers the entire time. Hopefully, we were able to give some answers the best we could throughout that meeting. I like Councilman Adderhalt's suggestion about trying to find a way through the legal channels to be able to answer questions as they ask through public comment.
Yeah.
I think that could help streamline and because a lot of people have the same questions. Some are a little more specific for their specific property, but they're generally the same questions. And trying to get that information out to them as fast as we can and hear it from the people that have the best answers right away, I think is the best way to do it.
I thought the part at the end when the department heads got up there was so awesome. Like Christy got up there and Jason Green and I don't know the other Jason, but you got two Jasons, I guess. Jason Freeman and also Daphne got up there to talk about the permitting. And the folks might not like the answers because maybe they're not moving fast enough. Everybody has their own place they want to get up and running as quickly as they can. But the information was out there, and I thought, wow, if you could do that more often, I think people would feel like at least somebody's answering their questions. And I know they have jobs to do in the whole thing, so they couldn't do it every day.
Sure.
But we did offer them to come on the show, like maybe Monday it's Jason Day and Tuesday, and for 15 minutes they just take random questions. But we got shot down on that.
Well, I certainly don't think that's a bad idea, and I think you're pretty flexible as far as when you would have a show, a time, if you could work around the staffs. But that's not my call. That's not my decision. But I think them being able to answer the questions and the people being able to see them. And I wanted to make sure that people understood how much I stand behind every one of them, because they are working their butts off. And if you have anger about things, please do not direct it at them. They are out there working their tails off. They were affected as much as everybody else, and they're doing the best they can to get everybody back online as fast as they can. So if you've got something negative to say, please bring it to me and say it to me. I'll take that. It is not their job. It is not their responsibility to deal with anybody's anger. It's mine. So please take it easy on those guys. They're working as fast as they can.
What is the Tuesday meeting going to be like? Is it going to be the same kind of thing or different?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, I'm assuming it'll be as far as the layout.
Well, I heard there were going to be more agencies there answering questions. So is it going to be like in a like breakout sessions, or is it going to be a council meeting? Or
it'll be a council meeting. I don't know exactly how it's going to be done as far as people asking questions and getting answers. I don't know that yet.
Who knows?
I don't know if anybody does. At least I haven't heard yet, but I'm sure they're working on how that layout's going to work out. But I certainly hope we have people from FEMA there, and obviously our staff can be there to help out, answer some more questions. They are putting out updates with the waters.
Let's talk about the water real quick. What do you know? Like, update everybody. The water's ready to roll, right? They're just
they're rolling it out. So I think there's 10 streets now, I think, as of this morning, or somewhere right around there that I saw that are able to send water down. So the plan was to go down and figure out which line on the side streets could hold water without any repairs first, and then go back and start doing the repairs. So you could try to get as many people online as you possibly can. So I think they're still continuing to do that as they move up the island to find out what lines are able to hold pressure. Once they can get that, then obviously they can start sending water to your house if your house can receive the water.
And so one of the things we did learn was, yes, you have to have your electrician sign off, and yes, you have to have a structural engineer sign off before you get water. Somebody sent me a text last night saying, why do you need an electrician to sign off to get water? And I don't know the answers. I just think it's like the town wants people to have homes that are safe.
Sure.
And those two things will make them safe.
That's exact. And I think there's some misunderstanding out there, because I've gotten some questions about it. It's my understanding that it's not a completed electrical sign off. It's you turn in your report that your structure and that your electric are ready to receive power.
I gotcha.
So it's not that your house is completely inspected before you can get water. That's not my understanding.
Are they going to stick around?
They're going to stick
All right.
Do you need me to?
No.
Okay.
They brought a big truck full of stuff too. So
they just wanna,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So before I forget this question, so if somebody, but if somebody can't, somebody needs electrical work on their house before they can get signed off. Can they still get signed off, like on the to get water? Like, if they need electrical, they're never going to get water if they need electrical work, right? And because then they need to get a permit for that work, don't they?
Well, and I think that's where the gray area is that I'm trying to get some answers on. If, let's say, your electrician says you have to replace your panel, you have to replace your outlets or whatever.
Yeah.
From the people that I've talked to, electric contractors that I've talked to so far, it sounds like they're able to submit the report as to what they think to get the permit started. And then obviously there's shortages of everything. So I think once that process is going, then that clears you to be able to receive water. But I don't want to, that's what's been explained to me, but I want to actually hear it, directly from someone that's making that decision.
The other thing was, it didn't come up during the meeting, although we were led to believe it would, that the council would make a decision on whether there was going to be a cost for the permits. There's no cost right now, and it wasn't brought up. So what is going on?
Yeah, so they'll get you a permit. There won't be an upfront cost. Like, normally you pay the fee to get your permit.
Right.
You'll get your permit issued to you. It still has to be a policy decision from the council to be able to say whether or not there's going to be a fee at all. So we haven't had that discussion yet. I assume it's going to be, if not on Tuesday, it'll be very soon to be able to start making those decisions so that people know what to expect.
Okay, so you're not going to go back and retro charge them, are you? Or once you got a permit,
I could tell you, I wouldn't want to do that. That wouldn't be my intention. I think, following in line with what the fire department did makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
At least suspend them for 6 months, get people the chance to start getting on there. But I'm just one vote. That's just one. I'm one person, but I would certainly be in favor of relieving as much as we can to let people have been through a lot. So
So here's another question that once I think I've heard all the questions, I get another one that baffles me. I'm sure it's the same way for you.
Yeah.
If somebody's got like sand from the beach in their yard and around their house, who comes to get it?
So I've gotten some more clarification on that kind of stuff. So say your neighbor's house comes and lands in your yard.
Yeah.
It's your responsibility.
Do you
to get rid of
realize what
that.
you just said? Like your
Yeah.
neighbor's house just came and landed in
Yeah.
your yard. Did you ever
Or the
think
tree
I never
or
thought
a
I'd say
car? I know.
or
Yeah.
your neighbor's
Yeah.
boat or
Yeah.
your neighbor's whatever.
Right.
So as of right now, we're still waiting, as far as I know, to hear back from the state and FEMA as to whether that's going to be covered for the debris removal companies to go in and take stuff off your property. Even if and there's a long acronym, I can't remember them all. It starts with a D. It's
Sure.
Anyway, but there's a legal process that they have to go through once they say that, for them to be able to actually go on your property and take the stuff off, which you'll have to fill out some sort of form to say it's okay to take your neighbor's house out from your backyard. So
All right.
I think if
So-
that comes through, then that would be cleaned up.
Gotcha.
through
So
the town and the
don't
county.
spend the money yet because you might not have to.
Right.
But if you want to spend it and get rid of it, you can.
Some people have been. Some
Yeah.
people have said, "Is it okay
Yeah.
for me to clear up my own debris and get rid of it?"
Yeah.
Absolutely. If that's your prerogative and you have the means to do it, then certainly go ahead.
And we talked about this earlier. If someone's got a house that is not going, is going to have to be demolished or torn down, it's their responsibility to get it done, or might this other situation cover it?
Well, I don't want to give out any misinformation on that because I don't know that exact answer
That's all
yet.
right. That's all right.
My assumption would be that if your house has to be torn down, if you have insurance, that would cover it.
So check with your insurance
Check with
carrier.
your insurance carrier. Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's me, I wouldn't rely on anybody else to do something. If I had the means to do it, I would do it myself. But there are
Chris-
people that don't have that option. So
Right.
I'll get that answer for you guys and get it back out.
Kristen, I don't think Dan said the homeowner needs to remove the sand. I think he said it's still a question mark right now, waiting
It
for
is.
FEMA.
It is.
So,
Yeah. I mean, again, if it's in your way and you want to move it out of the way, you can
Yeah.
certainly do that.
if they move the sand to the sidewalk, is somebody else going to pick it up like the trash?
Well, all the sand is being sifted
Yeah.
and then put back onto the beach. So
But if they push the sand out to the sidewalk like the trash, is somebody picking it up, or are they just?
I'd assume it'd be cleaned up just like they did Estero Boulevard. They came through
I
with
see.
skid loaders and loaded it up and
I
brought
see.
it to the area they're processing it.
The last night, I think it was, someone had the question that, if you're living on the Gulf side and the water pulled a big chunk of sand out, like made kind of a river and in, who takes care of that? Who? Do you know?
FWC.
Do you know?
No, I don't. I'm
Okay.
guessing that probably falls in that same, if whatever
If
the
it's your-
county and the state or whatever the state and the federal government are willing to pay for, I'm sure will get done through the county and the state or through the town and the county. But I don't know that answer yet. Because I've seen all those craters. I know exactly what you're talking about
Mhm.
that are through private property. I know they've started filling in some of the stuff on Estero. You've probably noticed that have been filled in where the collapses have happened on the
I've
beach
not
side.
been back over.
Yeah.
So yeah, in my mind, I
remember
can
what it looked
envision-
like?
Yeah, I sure
Well,
can.
they've filled that in now and made it at least safe to pass through there, so it's not
Okay.
making a big swath into the middle
Was the
of Estero
sidewalk
Boulevard.
able to? Because
Well, I'm guessing no. The sidewalk's not going to be saved. They'll probably bust that up and have to re-pour and do all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, that's right. I don't like to say this in front of Dan, but yes, you're right, Lance. He's going to be the mayor in 2 weeks, so things are going to be real
still a
different.
long ways to go, guys.
Yeah. So, how long is Buttonwood going to be open, do you think?
As far as I know, as long as people are willing to send donations and need to pick them up, I mean, we'll keep it open as long as we can. The building doesn't run by itself, so it takes volunteers and it
Yeah.
takes money and it takes time. So I haven't had a chance to talk with Tim in person yet. He's going back. His grandbaby was just born,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
he's heading back up north to see his grandbaby for
Nice.
the first time. So I'm excited for him and Allison and Bobby and all the Sturkeys, and so it'll give him maybe a little bit of he's got a lot on his plate too, like everybody else. So he needs a little time away, some family time.
what is the biggest need? Or give us the top 3 things that people can donate.
Power tools, drills, sawzalls, things like that. People are asking for a lot of that. Charcoal. We had a lot of charcoal. We just gave out our last 2 bags this morning, is
Oh.
what I heard. So charcoals, we're out of charcoal. We're out of grills.
I think we got some grills this morning, unless you
Did
got
you?
rid of them. Yeah,
Well,
we
I'm
brought
sure
a bunch
I
over.
saw a bunch of them going out
we,
before
we
I left.
did.
But
Get some in.
we've got on the 27th, I can't remember the exact state, but they're sending down, I think it's 900 shovels and rakes and brooms, and
Nice.
that's supposed to be getting here on the 27th, so that'll be very helpful. So that should cover the need for shovels and rakes. But pretty much now everybody's asking for power tools and plywood, and as of yesterday or the day before, there was still a lot of plywood that was at the 7-Eleven across from Junkanoo that we dropped off over there. I think there was also still some left down at Santini Plaza. It's not something that you can use to build your home with, but secure your home, you can use that, and it's free. Just go grab it. The people from Home Depot and up in Indiana shipped it down with the TPG group, so it's there. Take it and put it to good use.
Chris asks, where are you staying? What happened? She wants to know if your house survived, and maybe give an update on it.
I'm still in that same waiting for whatever the final number is going to be. But I think if I'm going by, I call it the red dot site. But if you're going by that, we were in the not the green but the yellow, so we should be in that 25% range. Our house held up pretty well. We didn't lose any windows or roofing. We had 5 feet of water. We're on a pretty high street. During Charlie, we didn't get any water in the house, is my understanding. So we're at about 11 feet before water can come in. So most of our house was saved. I'm hoping we'll be able to rebuild it. We're doing the same thing, getting the structural looked at and the electrical looked at, and we'll go from there.
So you're not staying in it right now?
No.
We
got a little RV that we had brought down and staying in front of the Buttonwood location.
So I forgot who it was. John, I think I can answer your question about the trailers. I know that Lee County asked for 10,000 trailers. And I know that Adam Botana is working on that with the state, but it's a federal decision, and it's apparently a decision that takes a lot of time, and it's certainly taking a lot of time. And I think Adam also mentioned that they're trying to figure out if you're going to get trailers or whatever you want to call them onto Fort Myers Beach, they want to be able to get them on the property so the person that needs it can live in the trailer while they're fixing their house, and they don't have to ship them off the island to Tent City or something. You want people to be able to live where they live and work on their house. So I think that's the logistical problem at the moment.
Well, it is, and then they obviously require power and they require sewer and it's not just a container you drop off. So I know Adam's working on it. He and I talk almost every single day. So
he's been unbelievable for Fort Myers Beach. I mean, he's really
willing
been
to
great.
help. He's said any resources the state can offer, they're there. We just, obviously need to ask for them and come to a consensus of what we need. So he's there, ready, waiting. Anytime I call, he answers the phone. So he's been very helpful throughout this whole process. Both he and the commissioners from Lee County have been very helpful.
And speaking of trailers,
let's not forget how
things need for someone. Yep. So if someone has a truck that they can attach a fifth wheel to, then
not the ball in the box of the truck, but an actual fifth wheel that you back up in like a semi. It clips up to.
Then you need there's
still 3 trailers at Santini Plaza that we don't have the capability to move them yet.
We didn't. I thought we moved them on Friday.
No,
People didn't have the trucks to equipment.
I wish I had his name, but he came up from Bonita to give us a hand, but his setup wouldn't work to be able to move them. So we're back to square one. I would like to try to get those people.
Okay, so specifically, they need a truck with the right equipment to pull a fifth wheel and move it.
The little I don't know.
The ball?
I don't know. I'm not a camper expert, but it's like it's a gooseneck, but it's got the little arm that comes down with the little round little jobby that clicks in when you back up.
I'm a professional camper. I call that
there was somebody I couldn't find the
and they're not going far. They're literally going from
Christy's
Santini.
raising her hand. Should we call on her? Should we call on her?
Well, I think she said she knows somebody, but I think she wants to wait. Yeah.
So, by the way, you're not moving them far. You're only moving them from Santini Plaza
to the
women's club. So that's not even like 2 miles, right? It's like a mile. It's not far.
Yeah, 2 miles.
So come on, we've had volunteers for everything. I had like 3 or 4 people call me, and I thought the first guy was able to do it, but I didn't know that he didn't have the right equipment. I hate it when the guy doesn't have the right equipment. It's really terrible when that happens. So anything else that you need? Anything else you want to update on? We got the Tuesday meeting is at 4.
Yep. And I think some of the things that I asked for to be on the agenda were obviously people are questioning about having their campers in their front yard or their RVs in their yard.
I thought that was a hard yes. Like Adderhole told me it was a yes. I think he made an executive decision 2 weeks ago.
I don't think it's been an actually voted on policy decision, but it sounded like there's going to be the votes there to make sure that happens. For how long we don't know. We'll have that discussion. But also food trucks. A lot of the businesses on the island have expressed interest about getting their employees.
That's going to
back
be
work.
awesome.
Right.
So
These
it seems like it's a pretty good consensus that's a good idea. There's some other things, obviously, if the traffic getting on the island, I think that there's a better way. Speaking of Adam Botana, he's offered the state's assistance in trying to get us people to staff that area to get passes handed to people.
I had a
for
question. Before I forget, I had a question from a viewer or a resident that said that they stopped. Somebody even brought it up at the meeting. Why did they stop serving the food and letting residents shower at the Camp Roger over there? Why is it just for staff? What happened there?
I wouldn't call it Camp Roger.
Sorry.
There's a lot of things going on over there. There's a lot of people doing a lot of hard work, but they, I don't know. I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know why. I've never been over there to take a shower or eat, so I don't.
Okay.
I'm there all the time, but
yeah.
I've not used the showers or eaten there, so I don't know what the policy is for that.
Somebody said they were building a stage across the street from there too. Did you see a stage being put up?
I haven't been over the bridge yet this morning to see what's going on over there.
We do have to.
So
I know we're going to bring them on real quick, but I want to remind people that Beach Baptist has a whole thing going on now too with a bunch of agencies down there. I'll bring it up later because I know you're rushing me. You're so rushing me. We have
you were talking
55%.
about things that you need, that people need,
right?
And I want to bring in Craig from the Tiki Tours, the Tiki Tour boat guys. So this is Craig, and I know.
Come on in, Mike.
Everybody loves the Tiki Tours.
Come on in. And so Craig came down from the great state of New York, correct?
Buffalo.
The
I
great
think you and I
town of
talked
Buffalo.
on the phone once before.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yes.
Absolutely. How you been?
So so tell us about the business, and then tell us what you brought down.
Well, we won't spend a lot of time on our business. A lot of people are familiar with the tiki boats out in the harbor.
Yep.
Also known as Fort Myers Tiki Tours. And we've been here, 2 years now?
Yeah, just over 2.
And we were devastated when we saw what was going on. I'm with New York State Correction Officers and Police Benevolent Association. That's what I do full time. And we got a bunch of donations loaded up. We decided to come on down. Some of our friends decided to come on down. So we have a big trailer load of stuff to help the people build back better. That's our own Build Back Better program.
And what do you have it? Because how big is that trailer?
It's
28 foot.
28-foot trailer. So what have you packed in there?
Oh, let's see. We have
Vacuums, wheelbarrows, dog food, cat food, cleaning supplies, shovels, rakes, pretty much garbage cans, everything people need to clean up.
Very good.
Well, great.
So we wish we were here under better circumstances.
I know. And
We do too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And how did the business fare?
One of our boats basically was unscathed, believe it or not. We're gonna rename it Jenny from Forrest Gump because it's just incredible. And another one, it got a little damage. It will be out. It will be down and out for a while, but we are hoping to definitely be back soon.
Right. And so I know you and I talked about, on Sanibel it was brought up, and here too, that some businesses are very gusto to come back, but some people may not. Some business may not be able to do that. But you're here to say
We're not going anywhere, right, Mike?
Yeah, we're here. We'll be here for the people when they're ready.
I'm glad you brought it. So not to side note, but speaking about the businesses, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but Gary Mathis, the company that he works for, they've donated 2 low-speed vehicles to the Buttonwood location to help people get back on track to hand out supplies or whatever. They're not massive, but they got microwaves in them. They've got built-in generators on them that people, if you're a restaurant on the island, you don't have a food truck or anything yet, reach out to me. We're thinking about an idea to let a different business every day use that vehicle to deliver their meals to people that either want them, whether they want to sell them or whatever they want to do.
Nice.
But they can use the vehicle for the day, load it up with what they want to do, get over the bridge. It's easy to maneuver. It's a cool little self-contained vehicle. I think it can charge 15 phones in it at one time. The other one will be coming here in the next week or two. That's Gary and I work together to kind of think of what would be the best thing for people's needs. So it's a way to get a hot meal. So if you're a business out there if you're a restaurant, reach out to me and let me know, and we'll start putting together a schedule to be able to get people on it to to get some food over there.
Well, I think that that's what this is about. It's about businesses that are here trying to rebuild and help each other out, and it's about businesses that are run from afar, coming down and helping out and giving back to the community and supporting everybody while they're in this need.
And we also want to say you guys are doing a fantastic job.
Who put you up to that?
I don't think
I'll take that
think,
$10 now, buddy.
I don't think Ed needs a pat on the back.
No, him and his 61,000 followers that he doesn't let us.
We're so happy we supported you guys and you supported us. This shows the love of the community from you guys. It's absolutely incredible.
You guys are really the only business that I ever got on, and it was way back. It was way back in the beginning. And we've had a great relationship, and appreciate your business and appreciate what you're doing for the folks of Fort Myers Beach.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. Again, we wish we were here under our circumstances, but we'll be back for the good, and we're here for the bad also. We're not going anywhere.
Well, thank you so much. I'll let you go drive that trailer and get it unloaded.
We'll send you some pictures.
Okay, sounds good. All right,
so
thanks so
everyone's
much.
listening over at Buttonwood.
Thank you, Ed.
You got some work ahead of you. It's coming across the street.
I warned them a little bit this morning.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming.
You guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. It's so nice when there's a bathroom so close, like 5 feet away, except for probably doesn't smell great. I lost my smell in COVID and never got it back. So
Yeah.
That'll serve you well under these circumstances.
Yeah. It is pretty dusty out here. I didn't realize
Yeah,
how
you smell
dusty
that.
it was going to be.
I hate to have my back to you, but I'm like, you got to get my son. I need sun
Anything
protection.
else, Dan? I know you're busy as all hell that you want the folks to know out there. We'll keep trying to answer all the questions as they come up. I have to tell you, every day we get new emails and calls from people, and the stories that they're telling are just, they're heartbreaking. Like the amount of folks that you're still hear from that their lives have changed forever, and they have nothing, and it's just incredible. And it's impossible to be able to even respond to them all. And you just want to pull your hair out because you can't.
Yeah. And it's, I've heard so many stories, and unfortunately they all start the same way. They all start with, we've lost everything.
Yeah.
And you feel for everybody, because we're all in the exact same boat. All you can do is keep hope alive. You can just keep hope, keep helping your neighbors.
Yeah.
Lift each other up. This is not a time to nitpick and name call and bring people down. It's a time where you see someone that needs a hand, give them a hand, because all good deeds go, they all come back in some way or some form. But speaking of good deeds, I don't know if you guys have talked about it. Maybe you haven't. I've missed it. But Buckets up in Fort Myers, they are doing every night. They're doing a fundraiser, if you will, for a different restaurant on the beach of Sanibel, as well as Fort Myers Beach. Last night they did a thing for Diamond Head, so I think it's 10% of the proceeds they raised that night go to Diamond Head. So Megan and I went up there and tried to. So saw Neil Hopgood was there. Obviously the general manager was there. A lot of the staff was there. I also saw a lot of people there that work from different restaurants that were there. So
Helping each other out.
Yeah, the island worker community, the people that take care of us every single day when we go out to have a drink or have something to eat, they're in need as well. So they can't be forgotten. So if you can go spend a few extra dollars at Buckets every night, go to their website or their Facebook page. It shows you which day, which business is being helped that day. They do a 50-50 raffle that we saw last night. I think last night it was the Westcotts won last night, and they donated the $1,400 some back. So it's great people helping out great people. So if you can spend a little time or money up there, maybe you guys could go up and meet the owner and do a show from there, because they're really doing a lot of good work for the people of Sanibel and Fort Myers Beach. And I think tonight is for Mudbugs, one of Megan and I's favorite places on Sanibel. So
where exactly is Buckets?
Buckets, it's so if you go up San Carlos to Cypress and you turn right like you're going to the Costco, the very first light, I can't remember what the name of it is, point something. You turn left, and it's about 1.5 miles or so up on your left-hand side.
Yeah, I have no idea where that is. So
you don't have any.
Right. Everybody else does. 2 T's.
2 T's.
Oh, that's a great idea. So you can do that, and you can also go on our news site, and you can donate directly to each of those businesses. They have their own fundraising mechanism, and we'll keep that up there for as long as we have to. If you want to,
and if you like cheese curds,
oh,
they got good cheese curds there.
I don't know what cheese curds are. What are they? What are you?
Well,
are you laughing
try
at?
'em.
What are you laughing at?
No, nothing.
It's just
no,
a little.
This is
It's a
serious.
little ball
cheesy
with
thing.
cheese, a
I
little
see.
breading on it.
Oh, that sounds yummy.
Oh, it is good.
So
It'll be good for your figurehead.
I've lost like 10 pounds. I haven't
Yeah.
sit in the house, do nothing. Well, I shouldn't say do nothing, but no exercise.
Don't
is what
worry,
I
I
meant.
found it.
It's
I
moving
found
all those
some of it.
Amazon boxes.
Oh,
So
it's
keep them
been
coming.
crazy.
We got to.
That's right.
We're worried about Ed's figure here.
Yeah. So if you want to donate to the fund, you see how to do it on the bottom. If you want to donate some goods and things, you go to the Amazon wish list, and we keep updating the wish list. So I keep saying we, like I'm taking the credit. Jessica Fluharty is a volunteer. Then she decided to start the wish list, and she gets an update, and she updates the wish list. And Marie is taking care of the shirts. And Gigi took care of the employee list, and we're still working through the employee list. I left an envelope here for Tom at La Ola to pick up some cards for his employees. And every time we get a stack of we're trying to give out $2,000 worth at a time and roll down that list. And then if we can, we're going to go back to the top and roll down it again and just keep giving the cards out as much as we can. So
Can I mention
yes,
one
go
thing?
right ahead, and then we'll sign off.
Somebody sent me. Every time you see
I'm waiting to
somebody
get hit in the back of the head with
yeah,
something.
right. Every time you see somebody, they, the first question is, how are you doing? How are you coping? And so someone sent me this information about Hope HCS. And what they're doing is they're starting a group to share your stories, learn ways to cope, and engage with other Southwest Florida residents in a safe space. Feel supported, understood, and accepted without judgment. Everyone's timeline is different, but as a community, we can bear anything if we don't have to do it alone. And so they're doing virtual support groups and in-person support groups starting in November.
Oh, that's
So
excellent.
I'm gonna, we'll get that information out, but it is, as people now get over the initial shock,
Yeah.
there's a lot to process. There's going to be a lot of loss and a lot of feelings to process. And this is just one opportunity where you can get together with others and
I've tried to switch, for the first couple of weeks, it was, everybody's, I think it's just a natural instinct to say, how are you doing? And I'm trying to get out of that because we're all doing the same. We're all in the same boat. I'm trying to now say, and maybe people can start spreading it instead of saying, how are you doing? How can I help you?
Yeah.
Because we're all in the same boat. So it's almost awkward now when you say, how are you doing? But if I start out a conversation, I'm trying to say, how can I help you? And that's what people want to hear. That's what people need that's what we need.
Yep.
So a couple of quick things. Somebody asked about how they can buy these shirts. You just go to beachtalkradionews.com and follow the link because there's a form to fill out, and then it goes right to Marie. The second thing I wanted to mention was I want to thank all the law enforcement agencies. They've been incredibly friendly. They've been so helpful, and they're all over the place.
And patient.
And one of the guys had to use the bathroom, so we were chatting for a little while before the show. And they're in the same. They're going to a hotel. They're standing in the middle of the road for hours on end. And he was telling me, every once in a while they start playing practical jokes on each other, like they got.
I don't know that
They
they
got.
want you to go.
Who
into-
cares? They got different cars, and so one day the guy grabbed those fish oil eggs and he broke them up and he threw them in the back of the guy's car because apparently they don't smell real nice. And so the other one, he's got Mucilex or Mutilex or what was it? Miralax ready for. He goes out and gets the lunch today, and he's gonna.
He is not.
Miralax in his
He
buddy's
is not.
Well, I think it's going on. Someone did that. Someone did that to me the other day.
Miralax?
No. But a practical joke, and I think it was just to make you laugh.
To lighten it
sure.
up. Lighten.
So,
yeah.
and I knew right away what it was at first because Tim has borrowed me his Jeep to use until I could find my truck, right, or find a truck. So I got in it the other day and I started driving. I heard click, 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 click. Oh God, I hope I didn't blow up his Jeep. It's brand new. I'm hoping I didn't blow it up. But then I realized back in the AV days what we used to do, and that's exactly what it was. It takes zip ties and you zip tie to their drive shaft so the flags hit the bottom and it sounds. So that's what someone did. They took a couple zip ties and put it on
Oh my
the drive
God!
shaft
I wouldn't even be able to figure that out. I think I totally.
And the faster you go, the louder a click gets. And
nice.
so it was an old joke that the AV guys used to play on each other.
One of the other jokes.
There goes the trailer over to Buttonwood.
There you go, right behind us,
there.
everybody. Look at how big that is. That came all the way from Buffalo, New York. That is.
Someone over at Buttonwood could let me know when that's unloaded. I'll head back over.
Walk slow. Take the long way.
Yeah, no, I'll be back to helping.
Well, we want to thank you for coming out, Dan. Thank you for allowing us to help you over at Buttonwood. And we got some kind of routine going where it seems to be working with ordering the stuff and having it delivered. And we got people that run it down here. And every time we have an update on what's needed, we get it to the people out there. And the people, the stuff is coming from all over the country. I look at the boxes, they're coming from almost every state except for California. I don't know why nothing's coming from California.
It's been very powerful to me.
Yes.
How many people have volunteered their time.
Yeah.
Day in, day out. It's
Don't do it.
Nope.
Don't do it. He'll
Nope.
start.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Damn
it is
it.
a good thing.
Almost the whole hour. Damn it.
But
all right,
you know,
everybody.
thank you to everybody that's volunteering their checkbook, volunteering their cash, volunteering their time, their gas, their energy, their backs. I mean, it's. I never thought running or helping run a donation center would be so much work, but it's gratitude. It's grateful work. It's seeing people that come in with literally no shoes on their feet. And they leave with shoes, and they're just so thankful that they have something. I mean,
it's going to be cool too when all this stuff, like the power and the water and the sewer, and we're past that. Maybe it's in 6 months or a year, and you're watching people rebuild their houses or rebuild their business, because all this stuff going on now will be figured out, and then things will be rebuilt, and the people we all know will still be there, and they'll be maybe in a different place or doing a different thing, but that's coming.
An unfortunate thing like this that we all are dealing with, everybody's at different places in their life, and everybody's at different economic levels at their life, and now we're kind of at that stage where someone, my house is ready for water. I want water. And sometimes you forget, well, some people just want a hot meal or some clothes on their back or shoes on their feet. And although water is very important and everybody, we want to get it to as fast as you can, you got to remember that there's other people that are hurting too. And trying to help everybody as fast as you can is not as easy as some people think. So,
and it's a
be
system.
patient
It's not like it's just coming to your house. It's a system. So if everybody isn't ready, you can't just throw the floodgates on.
You got to make sure that stuff isn't going to leak or stuff isn't going to burn down, and it's got to be safety. And you can't. Anybody that knows me, I've been saying that safety is very, very important, and you can't flex on safety.
No, the answer is there's no extra shipping charge to Canada, Bonnie. So just go ahead and place the order, and we'll take care of you from there. So, all right, Dan, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate your time. Dan Allers, everybody, and I'll wait till he leaves before I say it, but he is clearly going to be the mayor of Fort Myers Beach in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from 2 weeks from Tuesday, which is election day. On Monday, we're going to have the three candidates on that are running for the three new candidates on that are running for office. John King and Karen Woodson and Patrick Romko, and you're going to hear what they have to say about whatever is left. I mean, the doing walkover isn't an issue anymore, so it's going to be other things. So we're going to let you guys go because we've been on way too many times all week long and way too many hours. And I know you want to stay on and chat here, but we got places to go and people to see.
Yes, and I have a house to clean.
Thank you all for everything. If something comes up, it'll be on the Facebook. For now, bye-bye.